The Dick Show.
All right, we're back.
And we're back.
You guys ready to get going?
Let's see. Kind of keep it clean, right?
Yeah, something like that.
The arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
All right.
Oh, now brown cow. Oh, now brown cow.
Brown cow. Unique New York.
Unique
New
Unork.
York. Unork?
Unork.
Unork.
Did
you guys
we go to the maps again?
pull out the old topography map from 1979?
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to catch the boxing match this weekend?
I did not.
No?
Mm-mm.
So
I just read about it.
right, it's pretty interesting. You had the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury, taking on Francis Ngannou, who was the former heavyweight champion of the UFC, who ended up leaving the UFC and is now signed with the PFL in his first ever boxing match, professional. And he took Tyson Fury the distance, lost in a split decision, and happened to knock him down in the third round, which overall is a pretty big thing when you consider other fighters from MMA have gone and done boxing exhibition matches, and nobody has looked that good. I mean, everybody looks outclassed usually, right?
Yeah, look how badly that went.
I think you
Conor
can look
McGregor.
at Tyson Fury and be convinced that he's never seen a performance-enhancing drug.
Right. Yeah, for sure, right?
Like, it's so odd. You know, like, professional athlete just have, like,
I mean, he's got the ultimate dad bod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just this,
ultimate dad bod, and he goes out there and boxes people's
I mean,
face
what is
off.
he, 6'10"?
Well, so and
That's why I like Butterbean.
This is an
Yeah.
interesting thing, though, because they say he's like 6'8" or 6'10". When he was standing next to Ngannou, they say Ngannou is 6'4", and he did not look like he was towering over Ngannou by 6 inches. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It looked like they were maybe 3 inches, 2 inches apart. So you know how it goes, right? Sports and size or
Maybe
weights.
he's got
or,
some spinal compression.
right? You know, spinal.
Spinal.
And that was interesting,
Got a
too,
back
because
injury. What kind of injury? Spinal.
speaking of Mike Tyson, he helped train Francis Ngannou for this fight. No, I say that loosely. I don't think he was in there like as a trainer, but he kind of was on the side of Ngannou, and any of the media and stuff, it was talking about how he was there kind of help coaching Ngannou and stuff. And he definitely was there, and
Yeah.
he was on
He probably
Ngannou's
wasn't
side.
sparring with him.
No, definitely not. But I just wanted to, briefly mention it. I thought it was an awesome fight to see Ngannou come in there, never have a boxing match before. Now, granted, I think it's probably easier for a heavyweight to do it too. The guy's 270 pounds, and he's fucking pure muscle. The chance of going in there with the one-punch power and being able to do that to another heavyweight, especially in this sense, like for this kind of one-off thing, is a lot better than, say, he had been training to fight 10 different fights against 10 different heavyweights, or if they were in a lighter weight class, i.e., like you said, with Conor McGregor and Floyd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought it was awesome. Good job for Ngannou. Really kind of showcased. I mean, that guy, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him at all, but his story, he comes from Africa, and he was working in sand mines. Like, he escaped Africa, and it took him like 13 times to get out of Africa to get to France. And then he got from France, he was there, and he started boxing, and then somebody asked him if he wanted to train MMA. And he said, sure, I'll start training MMA. He was living in the MMA gym, training MMA in Paris, and he went from that to 4 years later, he's fighting in the UFC.
Wow.
And then he becomes the UFC heavyweight champion. And then now here we are, fast forward. He's taken what some people consider possibly the greatest heavyweight ever, and right now the best heavyweight in the world.
Best ever?
Well, some people say that. I wouldn't say that necessarily, but some people say that.
No, I would admit a 6'8" guy going against a Mike Tyson.
And And so that's it.
That's the thing. It's just
that's what's
different eras.
interesting to think about, though. Like a prime Mike Tyson versus a prime Tyson Fury.
But I'd take the Klitschko's over Fury.
Well, I mean, so he won his championship the first time off of a Klitschko, but it wasn't a prime Klitschko, right?
Exactly.
So he did beat a Klitschko, but it wasn't what people would say is prime. Hell, I might even take a prime Lennox Lewis over a prime Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And prime Lennox Lewis was one of the best damn heavyweight boxers I've ever seen. You know? Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyways, so good job. That was fun. You guys missed it.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, we did.
But good job, Ngannou.
And you said that was it went to the card.
I missed it.
And you said it went to the card and it was split.
Split decision. Yep. And Tyson Fury won on the third judge's scorecard, won by 1 point.
Is that the first time he's been knocked down?
Nope. Deontay Wilder knocked him down also, and I don't know if you ever saw that in the first Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. Deontay Wilder knocked him down. It looked like he knocked him out. I mean, he was out. And he literally did the Undertaker. I mean, he was like this and just sat right up and then just got up. And he ended up outboxing Deontay Wilder the rest of that round and then won the next 2 rounds and won the fight.
Yeah.
But it looked like he was donezo and he came back.
Did you see that NFL ref do the Undertaker a few weeks back early in the season? Yeah, gets knocked down as he's running down the sideline on a play. And all the while there was like a pass interference or a holding or something he saw. And he's on his back and he sits straight up real quick and then just pulls a flag out and throws it. Everybody started making like memes of it, like with the Undertaker's music.
Rest in peace.
It was pretty cool. Anyway.
All right, who's got a Paul Bearer voice? It's fitting because it's Halloween.
Right, exactly. No, that's great.
Undertaker,
This is your brother,
Kane is coming for you.
That's pretty good.
That was
Not bad.
That was good.
You got your little lantern?
The urn. You got to
urn.
be carrying the urn.
Well, yeah.
Old Paul Bearer.
You know, that guy actually did work in a mortuary.
Really?
I totally believe it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't.
100%
Percy Pringle, I think is his name.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, good job on that, man.
Wow.
That was a name that, yeah, I had forgotten about that name until you just pulled that shit out.
Wow. All right. Well, should we roll into some NFL stuff?
Let's get it.
All right. Let's see what it looked like for the three of us for last week. Looks like so it's sorting by season. That's why. I was going to say Chris has 10 wins. Kelly and I both had 9.
Yeah.
So, Chris won the week.
Oh,
Damn, I think the most significant thing I look at right here, though, is you've got a fucking 8-win lead, Dustin.
Uh-huh. On the season, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was at least we didn't go 4-9 like last week.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
We got back on the winning side, right?
There's only 5 upsets this week, and
It's going down the list, right? Buffalo, who, I mean, no surprise there. Baker wasn't back this week. He's still debating on that one, huh?
Yeah. Philly, doing Philly stuff over Washington.
I
but
mean,
Washington hung in there.
I was going to say, that game was close. That game was close, till late in the game, too.
Mhm.
So that was interesting.
New Orleans pulls off the win over Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was number 5 on the
Upsets.
on
list.
the upsets.
Yeah. Jacksonville beating Pittsburgh. That's probably on that list, I
No,
imagine.
Jacksonville was the favorite.
Now, here's what's funny, right, about that game specifically, is we sat here and we've talked about Jacksonville this season, how well they've done or how well they could possibly do.
I think I picked them for their division.
Yeah, you did. And then
Somebody else picked Indy.
and all 3 of us took Pitt in this game.
Yeah.
And they ended up, that defense didn't hold
Well,
up.
it's still Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They've been inconsistent all year.
They have
man.
been up and down.
I think I'm going to.
Yeah, why did I do that?
Yeah, same thing. I think I got in the mindset of maybe
it's
their
in
defense.
Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It was a close spread,
Yeah, well, I think it was only like a 1.5 or a 2.5 point game.
and Vegas
remember.
knew what they were doing there.
Yeah. Then your Giants.
Hey,
Just go ahead and get that out of the way.
oh fuck! There's nothing to say, man.
They were actually in the game.
This just in. Fucking every quarterback that plays for us
Gets sacked.
gets sacked. Tyrod fucking busted a rib, popped a rib out this weekend or something.
Yeah.
Got sent to the fucking
But you
ambulance.
actually picked the Jets.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
No,
I picked the Jets.
I picked the Jets.
Oh, you picked the Jets?
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah, he's top. He's,
Oh, okay. You switched.
yeah,
the,
I
you switched,
resorted it. Yeah. Yeah, you're top right there. So
Yeah,
I took the Jets.
I was gonna say I don't know why I picked the Jets there. I would have figured I took the Giants. I'm not gonna take them anymore this year.
That's how I've been inching up my eight.
Yeah,
game
that's how
lead.
those 8. That's where the 8 wins are right there.
Yeah, not picking the Giants.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston goes down to Carolina.
All right. Yeah. Congratulations to Carolina for getting your first win on the season, right?
So we have no more winless teams.
No more.
That's
That's
it.
it.
We're done. Done with winless teams for the year. Miami doing what we expected them to do to a not great New England team.
Pretty crazy to see New England losing so many games all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a rough few years since Tom Brady left.
Yep. Go figure.
I think the biggest news here is Russell Wilson and the
Dude.
Denver Broncos.
How about them apples? Huh?
That was the biggest upset.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, losing 9-24 for Kansas City. Taylor Swift's going to have to...
Was she there?
Shake Travis Kelce off.
She wasn't there, was she?
I don't know.
I don't know,
I
but they
didn't
just
see the
have to
game.
shake it off.
That's
on that loss.
probably why they lost.
Oh.
Yep.
Autos was
Mahomes, Autos just wasn't performing.
just wasn't there.
Yeah. Atlanta losing to Tennessee was not shocking, right? I mean, that wasn't going to be a great game either way.
We all picked Atlanta.
Yeah. I think we all just... That was a toss-up.
Yeah, Tennessee, and that's usually I like Vrabel and I like Tennessee, but this year they just ain't been it,
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to DeAndre Hopkins, number 2 on the fantasy points for wide receivers this week.
It's been a while, huh?
Minnesota beating Green Bay. I don't know why I thought Green Bay could win that game. I took a flyer on it, even though, again, that's one of those where I took the Lions in that division and said Minnesota was a close
Well, let's
second,
get to the
so-
big
I was
news.
gonna say the biggest news out of that, right?
Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles.
Mhm.
He is out for the season, and the new quarterback
for the
Minnesota Vikings
Breaking news.
is the alopecia antelope.
We no longer have Dobbs.
End of an era in Arizona.
Oh, it was a bad era.
End of an era.
I'm glad it's over.
Josh Dobbs.
Traded this morning. Now, I don't know if he's going to start. They might start their other backup. But they went and said, hey, who could we get that will fumble the ball and throw interceptions? Oh, let's get Dobbs. He's available.
Might as well. They don't have a quarterback of the future right now. Kirk Cousins isn't coming back anytime soon. Let's take a flyer on the alopecia antelope.
Yeah.
Well,
Roam free, antelope. Roam free.
So they don't know if Murray's coming back this week. But in any case, Dobbs wasn't starting. They were going to start Clayton Tune.
Yeah, Tune would have gotten a start. No
Then I
matter
thought he
what.
played pretty good in the preseason. So,
Yeah.
if it's not Murray, it's Tune. I say give the kid a chance. I mean, we're 1-7. What difference
It's
does
not
it
going to
make
hurt
now?
anything.
We're not making the playoffs.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if
And-
it's Tune, welcome. If he gets his first win, I mean they'll be
good for him. Give him a shot. Let's see what he does. Dallas beat up on the Rams pretty good. That's not a surprise, really.
CD
The
Lamb
Rams-
got me 42 points in fantasy this weekend.
The
That was
Rams
nice.
have just not been the team anybody expected them to be this year.
And I think Stafford's out now with a broken thumb.
Is he? I saw that he had heard it. I hadn't heard any information on it though. Yeah, that's the Rams, they're got a good team right on paper, but for whatever reason
it's not
it hasn't working out.
You see, this is what bothers me. You sell out of everything to win a Super Bowl. You win the Super Bowl, and then you struggle for the next 5-6 years. Why wouldn't you want a consistent team making the playoffs? Yeah, okay, we won the Super Bowl. Great. But if you can't make the playoffs in the next 6 years, was it worth it? I don't get that.
I don't know. Some franchises just look at it as, I just want to be able to say we got one.
Mm-hmm.
Not that was the Rams first.
And I think that's one of the things, ramifications, no pun intended, but like of winning a Super Bowl, income generated, buzz generated, all that stuff. But like to your point, is it worth the next 4 or 5 or however many years of, having to try to rebuild or try to figure things out?
Let's be honest. That's kind of what the Diamondbacks did in 2001. They went for broke in that World Series team, and they won it, and then had some rough years after that. We've all seen it across all sports.
That's
most prevalent in basketball today. That's how all these teams are. They just build 3 super teams to go duke it out with each other, and then they fall off to the wayside for the next 5 years because they can't afford to do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, at this point, would you rather have Jared Goff or Matt Stafford?
Jared Goff is lighting it up right now for the Lions, right?
Right.
And that was the thing when they got rid of him. They were like, "Oh, well, we got a guy that was lighting it up for the Lions."
Well, and
Matthew Stafford
and his Goff's specifically connections and repertoire with Cooper Kupp was just amazing. Like, the thought of splitting that duo up was crazy at the time to me. I understand going after Stafford, though, because Stafford is a great quarterback, and he was in a bad situation with no protection for a long time, and he's proven that he's a good quarterback. He has. I understand it, but I couldn't imagine breaking up that relationship, that combination of Goff and Cooper Kupp.
Yep, but to your point, they did get a Super Bowl out of it.
They did,
and now they've got to go through this whole process of trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be retiring soon, anyways.
Yeah. Seattle beat Cleveland. Then the next big one was San Francisco getting whooped by Cincinnati.
Yep,
that's a big one.
Yeah, Burrow's healthy. He played better. It looks like they've kind of figured they're kind of righting the ship right now.
Yep, he's getting better.
San
that was
Francisco,
number 2 on the upset list.
Mm-hmm.
The big streak though got snapped, right? Christian McCaffrey's touchdown streak.
Oh,
no, he got.
Oh, he got one. Oh, he did.
I think he had a receiving and a rushing.
Oh, okay.
He's number 2 on running back.
Oh shit. Okay, for some reason I thought. Oh, yep. Never mind. He continued the streak. The streak continued.
And then to the point, Baltimore beat us up. I shouldn't say beat us up. It's a 1-touchdown game, but still, it's kind of beaten up.
How many points were scored in the fourth quarter by the Cardinals?
17.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
up
garbage.
until that point, that game was
football.
not close.
Yeah.
Not a surprise either, right?
Right.
Hey, real quick, go to the conference. I just want to look at conference standings.
Sure.
Because if I remember correctly, the Seahawks are the number 2 in the NFC right now. Or
3.
3. Okay, they're third in the NFC.
They were probably tied for 2 before the Lions played
3.
last night.
Yeah, they're leading the division.
Yeah. I think that's a surprise considering
Well, you
everything. I
picked
think I
them.
picked them though. Yep, I did.
Yeah. I think Kelly and I both took San Francisco there.
Which they both have 5 wins.
Yeah, and granted,
It's just
I mean,
the Seahawks had a bye
The Sea
already.
Chickens have already had their week off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you know how these division games get to? And there's still so many games.
There's some
so
heavyweight
much can
battles
happen.
between those two.
But
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting. kind of looking at this updated version of the NFL through 8 weeks, right? And
Yeah, we're at about the halfway point here, so I hate that we don't really get to say halfway point anymore because there's fucking
there is no
17
halfway
games.
point.
Yeah.
You can't even, unless you're considering like halfway
Halftime
through
of-
the hump day.
Yeah, halftime of the fucking
Well, no,
ninth
because
game.
everybody has a bye. So after week 9 is
from a
is-
week,
Yeah.
from a week's perspective, yes, but from
But
a
not on like the
season
schedule
record,
perspective when
yeah.
you have
With 16 games.
Yeah, with an odd number of weeks, you know. Uh-oh. Bring
Is
them
that-
out, bring them out.
Is that the
bring 'em out.
cops?
No. Somebody's driving a motorhome down the street with a truck attached to the back of it.
Oh.
Beautiful.
All right, go to the AFC. What's that looking like? Oh,
Do we want to finish these real quick?
man. We're done.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
go on to the
We've got Chargers beat the Bears that
Go
Chris was so
Chargers.
high on to start the season, and then Detroit beat Vegas last night.
Oh, so I put it on there, number 2 on my Tyson Bagent, the undrafted quarterback from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Got their second win last week. Did he get a win? I thought they won.
They did last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Do you know who his dad is?
No, who's his daddy?
Travis Bagent.
Never heard of him.
Does not ring a bell.
Type it in. He's a world class champion arm wrestler.
Really?
Yeah. And this guy is like a monster.
The Beast, huh? Travis the Beast Bagent. A 28 time. Go to that second one. The second. Go to the second link.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that one. A 28-time arm wrestling world champion named the Beast. That's his dad, huh?
Huh.
Well, that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm like, because I was watching the game and it was like, oh, there's Papa Bagent
interesting.
cheering on his son.
By the way,
I would not want to meet that guy in an alley.
So, hey, don't sleep on the Bears because
Yeah.
they got this guy.
Agent's guy. No, so
It's like one of those things. Like you remember Laurinaitis, the linebacker.
Yeah, James, yeah.
His dad was the Road Warrior Hawk.
Yeah.
No, Animal.
Animal, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, like you're like all these like 2-time, not 2-time, but you know,
two sport.
lineage. You know,
Yeah.
like you got Marvin Harrison Jr. coming up. You know, you got Primetime, who's one of the greatest of all time, and now his kids are going to be great. you know?
Maserati Marv. Have you heard that shit?
No.
That's Marvin Harrison Jr.'s nickname. Maserati
Jesus.
Marv.
These
Oh
kids
my
these
God.
days, Hollywood Brown, all this crap. Just play football.
And so you know, like Hollywood Brown is Antonio Brown's
Right.
cousin.
Yeah. Or nephew?
Ne-
Cousin or
no, I
nephew?
think it's
Something
cousin.
like that,
I thought it was
yeah.
cousin. He's a nephew. Whatever.
But you see all these guys that were, you know, great hockey players like Kachuk, and now he's got 2 sons playing in the NHL. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just genetics. You know, it's rare for one person to make it in a league, let alone his son. And
Yeah.
that's you know,
And that's what's kind of cool. A couple of in baseball, even you got like Vlad Guerrero Jr., who's
Yeah.
actually come in and playing for the Blue Jays, and
one of the
made a mark.
greatest throws I ever seen was Vlad Guerrero Sr. catching a pop up for an out at the warning
at
track
the warning track,
and
yep.
throwing not even a one hopper straight to third base
Yep.
and throwing out a guy who was tagging up.
My favorite thing to watch catch in the outfield was Ken Griffey Jr. cutting off his dad to catch a fly ball. And his dad
There
just
you go.
stood there. His dad just stood there afterwards like,
Yep.
you literally
You know-
ran from center field over here to right field to catch it, take one out from me. Like,
One of my all-time favorite plays in the outfield was Kevin Mitchell. when he played for the Giants, and he was running. There was a ball hit out in left field, and he's running. He does the one-handed, like with his non-glove hand, with his actual like throwing arm, as he's running, makes the catch with his throwing arm.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
one.
dude, that was a long time ago, but man, that was always one of my favorites. And then I can never forget about not a catch, but one of those awesome outfield plays when Jose Canseco went to jump up at the wall to make the catch, and the fucking ball hit him in the head and
Went
bounced
over.
over the fence for a home run.
I thought for sure you were going to bring up what's his name at the Cubs game.
Oh, Bartman?
Bartman.
Yeah, fuck
Steve
that.
Bartman.
We will never speak of that on this show.
Hey, they got their they eventually won
No,
the
I'm just
World
fucking
Series.
around.
Steve Bartman's off the hook.
I
now.
think that guy got a pretty raw deal because we still ended up choking away an entire game after that.
Mhm.
You know, so I mean, we still had a game, and we had the lead in that game.
Yeah.
So let's just,
Wrap
Kerry
that.
Wood hit a fucking home run in that game too, and we still lost.
All right, so let's wrap up NFL here.
Oh yeah, we were talking NFL, huh?
So we got a whole bunch of 6-2 teams on the AFC side, a whole bunch of them.
Yep.
The Jaguars, the Dolphins, and the
they're-
Chiefs.
Yeah, they're all.
Ravens.
Look at the animals, all them animals, man.
Ravens.
The Ravens, the Jaguars, and the Dolphins.
And then
The
there's
Chiefs.
the Chiefs. Yeah.
Steelers are still 6th in the AFC right now.
That's surprising.
Yeah, that is. Look at that. They've They've given up more points than they've scored on the season.
Well, that tends to happen when you're 4-3.
Well, but look at all the other teams that are anywhere close to them, minus the Jets, who are -3 on the differential. The Steelers are a -34 on point differential, and they're in the playoff picture right now.
Yeah.
You know
Hey,
what I mean?
go up, scroll up, and go to the league, and then sort by points for PF.
The League. Did you ever watch The League?
Oh, I love that
Dude,
show.
that show was great. Taco.
Taco.
You can never have enough kickers, man.
It was my buddy's birthday this week, and I sent him the. It's your birthday today.
Did you ever watch The League, Dustin?
No, I did not.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to fucking talk about that sometime.
So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the Dolphins are still leading in this category, obviously.
by
right?
almost 50 points.
But that's also riding on the back of a 70-point game, too. So they
what
have
are you trying to say?
10-touchdown game.
And they're only
Dolphins, Eagles, Bills, 49ers, Colts, surprisingly, number 6
at 3-5.
at 3-5. Ravens, Lions, Cowboys, Jaguars.
The problem with the Colts is they're still -24.
Right. So sort by points against. Well, actually, go all the way down.
Are you
Let's
sure you want to see that? Because
no. Let's go.
Weird feeling.
Scroll
about who
down
might be at the
first
top.
before, and let's see who's the lowest scoring team. Oh, the Giants. Oh,
What's our point differential there? Just
Oh,
going
you don't want to talk about that.
-92.
Yep.
and the Steelers, 113 points in 7 games, and they're in the playoffs.
But
And -92. Also, the Patriots are at -90.
Yep.
All right, so let's look at this again
hurts
real
my
quick.
heart.
Points against.
The Colts,
Yep. They're the number 1 team.
Commanders, Broncos, Bears, Cardinals. That's
How
what
the
I wanted
fuck?
to see.
How the fuck can the Giants not even be giving up the most points on the season and still be in a differential of -92? I told you our offense sucked, right?
Yeah, that's so weird. That is so weird. So if you look at the net number, obviously the Giants are the worst.
They're even worse than the Panthers.
The Panthers have 1 win on the season. They just got their first win, and they have 20 points less.
The Cardinals
of a
only have
differential.
1 win, and they have 30 points less.
That's fucking insane to me, dude. Hey, go G-Man.
yeah.
Who's on the top?
Hey,
of
we're
that
playing
list?
for Caleb right now,
Top
guys.
of that list is the Bills.
Bills, Ravens, 49ers, Cowboys, Dolphins, and Chiefs. Eagles all have +50.
I think it would be so cool if fucking the Giants got the number 1 pick.
They're playing for it.
Hey, what's is Houston 3-4 or 4-3? Because we get their first round.
3-4.
3-4.
Need them to lose some games.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it up. They helped this week.
Well, what we want to look real quick at next.
Next week I think if we have more time, I want to go through Cardinals drafts for the last 5 years.
Yeah, we can.
And then you can see how many players we've retained.
Let's do that next week, huh?
Yeah.
Because it is ridiculously low. I think since we drafted Kyler Murray, that's the only one that is still on the team. And that was 5 years ago. Like, all of those guys are gone. Even before that, Hassan Reddick. We traded Isaiah Simmons. Like, Steve Keim
Zaven Collins is
made
still
some
around.
good trades at the draft.
Yeah.
But our draft picks,
Yeah, Keim was much better at wheeling and dealing
at the deadline
for picks
Yeah,
than
at the
he
trade
was,
deadline
than he was at
in the
drafting.
draft.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
like,
And that's something that unfortunately has put the Cardinals back into this position where they not only are they rebuilding, like trying to figure out starters, but they have depth issues. You know what I mean?
well, exactly.
Yeah, like. And
Guys that were,
for the most part, any
Andy
team that's
Isabella.
struggling.
Like, why are we wasting,
Yeah. How many wide receivers did they take? John Brown, fucking Andy Isabella, even Christian Kirk to a point. Look, he's gone. He's done better now that he left.
He was doing fine
And
here
he,
too.
he did all right here, but
Yeah.
then we don't retain him.
Yeah.
And then what do? They just go draft
Right.
more,
Yeah.
like.
Well, let's quickly get through just what we see as
Upcoming.
interesting games for this week. Let's kind of keep that limited to that. Miami,
Consummate
Kansas,
professional. I love
Miami,
this guy.
Kansas City. That's going to be an interesting game. I'll have an eye on that one for sure.
Yeah, I think that's probably. I mean,
I think it's in Germany too. That's a Germany
Is it the
game.
Germany game?
is it?
Okay.
6:30 a.m. That's what I'll be listening
You
to
think
on
Taylor
my
will be
phone at
there?
work on the Sunday. Is
You think Taylor would be there?
I don't know. Is there tour there?
I don't know.
Let's see. What else do we have on here that's
Seattle, Baltimore. That'll be a good game.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Cincinnati.
And Arizona, Cleveland. I picked Arizona this
Think
year, this
Arizona
week.
can win one?
I'm not impressed with Cleveland.
Dallas.
And I think a quarterback change might do us good this week.
Yeah, we'll see. Dallas,
It's-
Philly. That should be a good game.
Yep.
It will be interesting whether it's Toon or Murray, just to see the difference of what offense looks like for Arizona compared to having Josh Dobbs run it.
Yeah.
And again, I agree with you. Cleveland to me hasn't.
They've been up and down.
Yeah, they
They're-
haven't really shown anything consistent enough for me to be like, oh,
Right. Especially since losing Nick Chubb. That's kind of been
yeah.
part of that.
And Deshaun, has he really?
I hate
like,
losing a Chubb.
Yeah,
Never waste a Chubb.
sucks when you don't get a Chubb.
Never waste one.
You fucking give it away like that. Give it away. Give it away.
It just
give
goes
it away
flat,
now.
Old people advice, right?
Mhm.
Never trust a fart, never waste a Chubb.
They were so much better when their Chubb was upright. You know what I mean?
Never trust a fart, never waste a boner. All right. I think that's going to wrap us up for
I
football
think
for this
the
week.
last one there, the Buffalo Cincy game, is going to be a good one.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It's going to
Sunday
be
night.
now, especially coming off of this week. Burrow is starting to look good again.
Well,
You know what I
considering
mean?
last week or last year, sorry, it was the DeMar Hamlin
Yeah.
where they didn't finish
Cincinnati's actually favored in this one, too. So,
by 2.5.
yep. So, all right. Well, let's
that was NFL, huh?
hop into the next subject. You ready?
I suppose so.